Hello my dears, it's Aishling Mooney, angel intuitive, author, spiritual business mentor, and this is Coaching and Cards, supporting you in your spiritual business. And it's part of spiritual business breakthrough events that we've been holding over the last few weeks. So this is the final session, I've postponed it from last week. So I just squeezed it in today. So very, very happy to see everybody here. And if you're watching the replay, you're very, very welcome. To catch all of the replays of all of the, I did 4 Q&A sessions. You can find them at ashlingmooney.com/breakthrough. And you can get all of the 3 masterclasses. I've one more to do, so I have to figure out when I'm going to do that. Probably next Friday, actually, now that I think of it. I'll do the final masterclass. Good morning. Lovely to see everybody joining. Hello, gorgeous people. Hi, Colette. Hi, Pauline. Hi, Kate. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Claire. Hi, Pauline. Hi, Marlouse. Lovely to see everybody here. So, yes, so this is the 4th coaching and card session that I've done. And I'm about to do the 4th masterclass. I'll do that next Friday. So to get everything, all of the replays, it's all completely free. Go to ashlingmooney.com/breakthrough and you get everything there. Hi, Audrey. So absolutely lovely to be here with you all today. So I'm going to pick a card just to tune into the energy of today. And just maybe pop in the chat and just let me know how you're doing. Give me one word to just let me know how you are today, how you're feeling. I'm feeling pretty excited. I'm not sure why. I'm going to tune into that in a minute. Just let me know how you're feeling and just one word. I do this in the Angel Circle membership all the time. Every call that we come on with just one word to see how you are at the beginning and then one word to see how you are at the end. And just notice if your energy is the same or if it has shifted at all just by being here. Mixed, excited, grateful, okay, so stuck, okay, so there's a mix of emotions. And you know, I talked yesterday in the Angel Circle about this energy that we're in right now. November energy. November is one of the most amazing, incredibly powerful months of the year. And I'll talk actually just quickly about that because I think it's important. There's tears, November, and shedding, releasing, letting go, transitions and endings and new beginnings. It's one of my favorite times of the year. It's one of the most powerful times of the year, but it can also be challenging depending on how much you need to let go of. We had Halloween. You know, that is the traditional point in our year, going back ancient times of where you literally light a bonfire and let go of all that shit that you don't want anymore in your life. And then you step into the 1st of November, into this percolating energy of what it is that you want to manifest. And in the Christian calendar at the moment, the 1st of November, so straight after Halloween, we release, we let go of whatever we don't want to bring into the rest of the year and the rest of the next 12 months. Then we have the 1st of November, and that's All Saints Day. And for me, that's the day for calling in all of your angels, your archangels, your goddess energy, the ascended masters, the unicorns, the fairies, whatever elementals or invisible realm beings that you particularly work with. That's a day to honor them. And that will, like, we brought that in yesterday in the Angel Circle. We sat down and we were like, okay, what are the people that we're grateful for, those invisible beings that we're grateful to have worked with and to have connection with in our lives. So I mentioned Saint Teresa of the Roses is a saint I call on. Padre Pio, someone mentioned. Saint Bridget is someone that I deeply connect with. Mother Mary, and then of course all of the different range of archangels. This is the month of Azrael. He is the angel of transitions. He's the angel that helps us to communicate with our loved ones who have passed. And that is the 2nd of November. It is that All Souls Day in the Christian calendar. And it's about connecting and honouring our ancestors and getting messages from them and communicating and connecting with them. Hi Sheila, hi Joan, 2 O'Neills. Hi Catherine, Muriel, Claire, these are also very, very welcome, me darlings. Mary, Linda, Una, lovely to see you all joining, and everybody that's watching the replay. It's really lovely to have you here. So then in November we have 11/11, and then we have 22/11, and we have the usual full moons. We have a meteor happening this in these 48 hours. So it's a massive energy in November. And I want to say that there's an opportunity to leave behind a massive, if you've gone through a growth period in your life, or you're about to make a massive transition. So me personally, we're in the process of selling a property that we have in Ireland and buying something here in Italy. So it's a big transition. It's a big transition, and for me, there is a little bit of letting go of the identity of me having a home in Ireland, and finally, after 3 years here, I mean COVID, the 2 extraordinary years, but after 3 years here, finally accepting that we are living here now, and that I'm going to set up home here, and this is where I'm going to rear my kids for the next whatever years. So it's a big transition that I'm in. So I'm physically letting go of that identity piece, and there's lots of other nuances in this. So you can let go of physical things, you can let go of relationships, you can let go of behaviors and patterns and things that if you keep repeating the same thing in your life, the same stories keep happening, you can draw a line in the sand this month and just say, that's it, enough. I've had enough of this. I don't fucking want to do this anymore. I'm not going to keep repeating this pattern. Things are going to change. And then you can call in your angels to support you and help you with that change. You can always go aishlingmooney.com/members to connect in with the Angel Circle if you want the support of our community to help you with that. But you can totally do it on your own as well if you have any sort of an inclination to just sit down and look at, okay, what are the things I want to change? What are the things I want to release? And then just calling on your angels, calling on Azrael, and just asking for support with that release. And then there's the piece that Azrael works with, which is around releasing grief, trauma, shock, any of those feelings and emotions that come up with separation, divorce, loss of a loved one. So it's big energy that we're in this month. So, just be gentle with yourself, be kind, be compassionate, take the time. It can be an emotional time, and I've heard from lots of friends and members in the Angel Circle that people are crying and releasing and letting go, thinking of their loved ones that have passed. And maybe some of you are going through a difficult time where somebody is making their transition in this period. And I can only say that if somebody is transitioning around this time, it's one of the most powerful times for them, because the veils are so thin. We have such a deep connection with our angels. It's possible at this time. So they're really choosing an amazing time to transition. I don't know if that's helpful at all. But for me, it's just such a powerful month. So I hope that's useful. We are here to talk about business, spiritual business, but I really felt that it was important to just touch on the energy of this month, and it might just give you a little bit of perspective. But you can get my angel messages if you're on the email list. You get my angel messages. So once again, before we start, go to aishlingmooney.com/breakthrough to get all of these replays. You get everything, and it's all free. And one final piece before we move into the questions. And what I want you to do right now is start to post your questions for business. So I have one question that's come in this morning from Chila. So hopefully you're here, Chila. And I'll give priority to everybody that's live. So if you have a question in life, business, you want some angel guidance, you want some practical coaching, guidance, you want to hear a story, or some, if I can help you in any area of your life, I'm going to post your question, make it as clear as possible, that question, and I'll pick a card for you and I'll give you some guidance. So post your questions now in the chat and we'll go in order of questions. So, and I'll just try to get as many done as I possibly can in the next hour. So before I jump into that, you can start posting your questions now. Before I jump into that, I want to say that one of my mentors, spiritual business mentors, is a guy called Jeff Walker, and tomorrow he is releasing his free training. It's only once a year. I from this free training alone, I got my first 10K month in my spiritual business when I did this for the first time, the free training. So I highly, highly, highly recommend it to anyone that has a spiritual business and is struggling right now and needs a little bit of perspective or needs some coaching. He is a master. He's been teaching launch training for the last 18 years. There's no one else out there like that. Other people teach about launches, but there is no one else that has his level of experience. He only opens this free training once a year. So I would say clear your calendar this weekend and attend as much as you can live. If you're on my email list, aishlingmooney.com/breakthrough, you'll get the link to join the training. And I'll also pop it in the description and the comments later on after this call. But I would strongly, strongly recommend. He starts off, the first class alone is about his famous sideways sales letter. And it just teaches marketing in a way that's really accessible. So if you're first starting out in business, and Noreen has just said, what area of business should I put my energy into? I will pick a card for you, love, but I would say to you, clear your calendar and make sure that you sign up for Jeff's workshop. It'll be available for probably a few days into next week. So if you can't make it live, you'll get the replays. I would recommend live as much as possible. And I think he has a free Facebook group as well for the week. So I would recommend, really jumping in there and getting as much as you possibly can out of the next few days. And then he will open his PLF, product launch formula, which I of course stepped into and have continued to use in every single area of my business. I continuously use this every single year, and it continues to bring in a consistent revenue into my business, which is fucking important. As healers, we need consistent revenue coming into our businesses. We all have to pay bills. We all have to keep the heating on and the electricity and put our kids into basketball lessons in my case. So, this has been one of the crucial pieces of training, and I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands on training and coaching in my spiritual business, but this piece is probably one of the least that I've spent, and it's just given me results over and over again. So the free training is tomorrow, starts tomorrow. And then if you like it and you want to go further, you can jump into Jeff's program. And just make sure that you're on my list to get any notifications. And I usually offer an amazing bonus when he opens his paid program. So anyway, but go and do the free program. I think last year we had about 200 people from my community that jumped into the free program and got all the goodies, and maybe about 10 jumped into the paid program. So really, you've nothing to lose. Go, it's free. Okay, so we're gonna go back up the list and just start. Let me see questions. Okay, Mary, look after yourself, darling. Look after yourself. Yeah, it's the time for release. Claire, feeling pressure from other people, not being responsible. Okay, my darling, if you have a question, post it in the chat and I will pick a question for you, love. Hi, Muriel. Hi, Catherine. You're live. You're catching us live. Lovely to see you. Noreen, praying for a miracle. I'm praying for a miracle for you as well, my darling. And don't underestimate the power of us coming into this space. And I'm going to call on Mother Mary and ask her to give you that miracle. If you look at if you have a miraculous medal at home, Noreen, if you're Christian and you have a miraculous medal, if you're Catholic, I mean, you'll find one somewhere, or you'll pick one up in the local church, in the little shops beside it. Get yourself a miraculous medal. A blessed one would be even better. And in the miraculous medal, I think there's 12 stars around the image of Our Lady. And in the vision that Catherine Laboure got when she saw Our Lady, she saw Mother Mary, and there was all of these stars around her. And she said to her, why are some of them lighting up and the others aren't? And she said, the ones that aren't lighting up are the miracles that people haven't asked for. So I want you to get yourself a miraculous medal, Noreen. I'm going to get mine out for you, and I'm going to pray that Mother Mary gives you a solution or a miracle by the end of this week. So come back and let us know, darling. I'm praying for you, and I know that things are going to work out in miraculous ways. Your angels are all gathering around. They're delighted that you're here. That they're delighted that you've asked. Ask. That's the key to getting your angels' guidance. So loads of love, Noreen. If you need any more help and you have a specific question, just post it in the chat now. Kate has just released her oracle deck. Woo woo! Well done, darling. And this is her third publication in like 2 months, I think. So Kate said, Spirit showed me lifting a lid off a cap in my business. So I literally got a tin open and opened a lid and took it off. It was solid, which was nuts. Now the whole lid and can is burned. Thank you, such a reminder for the transition of energy. Yes, my darling, time to let go. Love that. So Sheila, okay, so Sheila's card. So there's a card for everybody, okay? So it's this one here that I just pulled out quickly. There's a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer, and review all the details. So in this amazing card, there is the image of this person. I think we got this card in the last session as well. There is this image of this guy with a rucksack walking down a road in a forest, which is sort of badly lit. And there's this Archangel Michael, this image of Archangel Michael just in the middle going, wait, and pointing to the other direction, which is much more well lit and open and probably safer. So Michael is going, not this way, go the other way. There's a better way. So for anyone that's listening to this and that's struggling to find a solution, I'm going to say that there is a new path, and it might not be one that you've considered or looked at so far. So I love what this card says about working alone may not be the best answer. In my opinion, it's never the fucking best answer, unless you have to, only you can do something and it's a specific piece of work, like writing a book. Nobody can do that for you. Or creating a piece of content, or creating creating something for your business that only you can do. It needs your voice, or a video. Nobody can do videos for me, or nobody can do these live streams for me. My team can help me with all other aspects of the business, but they can't do these live streams and they can't do videos. But there are so many other areas in our life and in our business, in our health and our relationships, that it is essential to ask for support. So if you've been doing the Lone Ranger in any area of your life or business, you're being encouraged to reach out and ask for some fucking help this week. Ask somebody to take the kids for an hour so you can go back to bed, or go into the gym, or do whatever it is, or having a cup of tea with friends. Excuse me. Order your shopping online so you don't have to go out and spend that hour in the supermarket. Join a community. You're welcome to join the Angel Circle. Just being in this community is a support. Come in and ask your questions when I do go live. But, get yourself a coach or a teacher to support you. But so there are times in life where it's okay to do things alone, but generally, as a general rule of thumb, it's really good to have people out there. And I'm just craving connection and getting out there. I've arranged a date to meet with my girlfriends in Ireland for a night, a day and a night, and that is just like, cannot wait for that. So we're really craving, I think we're really craving that connection. So that's just a card for everybody to go and get some support and stop being the Lone Ranger in your life and your business. So Sheila, this card, next card is for you. I think that first one was for you as well. So please just take a note of it. So Sheila says, I'm letting go of my attachment to working in Hungarian. Okay, very good. Both are fine. I'm not saying one or the other. Very likely it won't be forever, yes. But at the present, it doesn't serve me. It has taken me many months to get to this point. And that's okay. That is, Jesus, Sheila, that is okay. I'm just going to find your other question here because I know you posted. Okay, there's actually a few questions that have come in under this thread. So I want to get to everybody that's live, and then I'll try and get to the others. So Sheila, so I'm in the process of setting up a membership program. The plan is to start in December with analysis and gratitude and a goal setting for the month. Each month there'll be a topic using the law of attraction to achieve professional goals. Any message and guidance from the angels is welcome. So I want to just say that we are in a moment of transition. If you missed maybe the beginning of this call, I talked deeply about the transitions that we're in and the powerful period of time that this November energy allows us to let go of attachments, which is exactly what you've said there. So you're on track, darling. You're absolutely on track. So your question is around your membership. So this is an interesting card that's come through. There's somebody, and it's male, it's a guy, who can help you. So it feels to me like you're doing great, but there's also a coach or teacher out there, obviously it's not me, that can help and support you right now with your spiritual business. So I would just put the feelers out there and I would say, hey, angels, can you bring this teacher or coach? It might be a podcast. Lewis Howes has a great podcast. If you go and have a look at his stuff. Christian Mickelson, I like his stuff around sales. At the moment, I'm going through one of his programs to just test it and see how I feel about it. But at the moment, I'm liking his energy and his work. Where generally I tend to resonate more with female coaches and women leaders and teachers. So I'm trying to expand my own field of awareness and training, and I'm consciously trying to work with more male energy as well in the training that I do and the coaches that I work with. So there's sort of a similar message coming through that there could be something there. It could be a podcast you read. It could be a video that you watch. It could be a blog that you read. Sorry, a podcast that you listen to. It could be Jeff Walker. Fucking hell, it could be Jeff Walker. I hope you signed up. Yes. I didn't even think of that. Absolutely. But there is a man that can help you with your business. Oh my God, I didn't even know that. PM me and I'll give you the link, but I will post it in the comments afterwards. And the other card, so 2 cards came through. The other card was time to move quickly, choose logic over emotions and sudden changes. So it's a very dramatic card. And this card, which is for me is the energy that's coming through for the guy. There's a feeling of being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter. So the information that this person will give you is really going to lift your energy and allow you to see things. And I know that you have asked me for support as well messaging in your business, and there was an issue. With people accessing your content. So I just want to say, do Jeff's first class on his sideways sales letter, and that will answer all of your questions, or well, 90% of your questions around your message in your business. So okay, so I hope that was useful, Chilla. That was so funny. So Claire says, feeling very stuck in my business. I feel I'm about to take off, but don't know how to get over the hump and get clients. So Claire, for everyone that doesn't know, tell us what your business is, who you work with, what's the transformation you provide, what is it that you do, my darling, just so that everybody has that information, and I'll pick a card for you. So this, oh, it's coming straight out. Okay. So, wow. So this stickiness is to do with the energy that we're in, and Claire, I'm going to suggest that you do a releasing ceremony. So first of all, before the breakthrough comes the breakdown. So the breakdown can look like stuckness, procrastination, anger, tears, emotions. I can't do this, fraud syndrome. It can show up in family members or in friends or in somebody mirroring your feelings of, you can't do this. It can show up in a sort of an emptiness and a feeling of, is this even going to work, or just a loss of confidence in your business or in your in yourself. So it's natural and it's normal. Just before you're about to take a big step forward, a big leap forward, there is this void energy. There is this confusion and this emptiness and this, what the fuck am I doing with my life? So I would say that that's a good sign. And how to manage this energy is to understand that you need it. It's like that rest period before the big jump. It's like that, I heard this analogy once of when soldiers are going into battle, the night before they prepare, they chill, they have fun, they celebrate. It's not really a nice analogy talking about war in relation to business, but it's just this idea of, I'll give you another analogy. My kids, I noticed that they used to get sick. They used to get little viruses and things just before they were about to have a big growth spurt. So I would notice that they would be a bit snotty nose, a bit cranky for a few days, and then when they got over that, they would start to crawl or stand up or just do something dramatic in their growth. So you're in this stuckiness, just go with it, be kind, be gentle, recognize that it's all part of the energy that we're in as well. That's adding an extra layer to this. And it's, instead of going, oh, I'm in a hump and this, I'm in a fucking, I can't want to get out of it, and struggling to get out of the mud, struggling to get out of the swamp, you can't, the more you struggle, the more stuck you get. You need somebody to throw a rope in and pull you out, which is what we're doing today. And that rope is just stop struggling for a minute with it, allow yourself to relax, allow yourself to just be with what it is at the moment, knowing that this period is an incubation time. It's there to give you time to think, to reflect. It's there to allow something new to bubble to the surface, some new step. So the reason I'm saying that is that you've got the lucky card, the 10 of Raphael, which is sort of like the 10 of cups in the traditional tarot. Love and blessings fill your life, harmonious relationships with family members, and happily ever after. So I think it was you that mentioned, it might have been you, Claire, that mentioned some family difficulties or being responsible for other people. I remember if I read that right. Whatever this stuckiness is showing up as in whatever area in your life, your business, your life, your relationships, your health, it's okay. It's a transition. It's this too shall pass. So I would say by the end of the week, like within the next 7 days, you will feel a massive shift in your energy, and the light, the veil will be lifted and the light will come back, and you'll start to feel your confidence come back. And the angels are just saying there that sometimes when we come up against other people in our lives and they're saying the opposite to what we want them to say, they're actually reflecting a part of us that's hidden, that believes that. So it might be enough just to process it, just to acknowledge it, bring it to your awareness and go, okay, do I actually believe this? Is it true? Can I change this idea? What's the best affirmation to use to change this? And yeah, so just analyze it and sort of process it and work through it so that you can shift it. But good times are coming, Claire. So I'm really, really, really excited for your next step. And I would say just enjoy this little bit of stucky tranquility time, because it's not going to last for long. You're going to be like, Christmas time, Christmas week is going to be fantastic. So good. Black Friday would be a great time for you for sales, for anybody. But I'm feeling that for you now. It's rushing through me here for you, Claire. Black Friday is going to be amazing for you. Make sure you have a special offer. And then the whole of Christmas, I'm seeing some sort of a hamper. That can be a physical hamper or a digital hamper of products and services and prizes. And so there's a lot of opportunity for you, Claire, and a lot of activity coming. So, just try to balance that and enjoy this downtime, my darling, because it's going to be the stepping stone to the next step. One of my products that would be really good for you is the Abundant Heart program. ashlingmooney.com/abundant, I think it is. And that would really help if you don't have it already. But good times are coming, my darling. Love that card. I love that card when it comes up for me. I'm like, woohoo! So Noreen, what area of my business should I put my energy into? So can you tell us about your business, sweetheart? Tell us about your business. What is the business that you have, so that we can support you a little bit more? Noreen, 2 cards have come in. So without knowing anything about your business, you need to do a spring clean in there. So there's some things that this is the perfect time. There's some things that you need to just let go of right now. And there's a really good test of this. There's the 80-20 rule, that 20% of your efforts bring in 80% of your income, bring in 80% of your results in your business. So this would be a good time for you to look at your business, Noreen, look at all of the offerings and figure out what is bringing in the most money for the least effort, And then you can increase the effort in that area and increase the results. If you just double the effort in that area, which means you have to let go of other things that are just not working or not bringing in money. You might like to do them, but if you like to do it and it's not bringing in money and it's a business, then it's a hobby. It's not part of your business. Things in your business that aren't bringing in money ultimately in some sort of a form or strategy, we need to recognize them and decide to let them go, or figure out how to make them a viable part of your business where they're bringing in consistent income as well. But you need a big spring clean. There's Michael here with a big massive hoover, and it's like clearing out all of the energy. So I would imagine your house is your business, just for the sake of making this exercise easy. And I would walk around all the rooms of your house and think, okay, I'm walking around all the areas of my business and I'm just spring cleaning. Get some sage, get some incense, get some bells, and literally go around your home with the intention that you're literally clearing out the energy in your business as well. And it'll be good for your house as well. You can use sound, you can use music in the background. Just go around, you can light a candle. Just go around with the intention that you're clearing out the energy in your business. And you're asking your angels to help and support you to just let go of anything that no longer serves you. you can connect in with the wonderful Feng Shui angel, Jophiel, to help you with this. You can just literally call on Jophiel as you start this process and ask her, I want to spring clean my business and my home, and I want to just clear out everything. And then after that's done, sit down, Noreen, and this card is change of perspective. So it's about writing, journaling a little bit, writing about what comes up, looking at the different areas, and then asking yourself, okay, yeah, it's coming back to this idea, a sudden revelation that offers freedom, break free of procrastination, embrace the opportunities that bring change. So it's not easy to let this stuff go. If we've been, we've created these offerings and they're not working in our business, but we like to do them. It's not easy to let them go. But really, if you have a business and they're not making money, love, then they have to change, or you have to let them go and focus on what is increasing your reach, increasing your revenue, and just working as a business. We want viable businesses. We want light workers to have viable businesses, that where you're getting paid fairly and properly for your services. I've explained this in all the other masterclasses. Go back and have a look. We've talked about this in so many different ways. So a change in perspective will come. So do the clearing first, and then sit down and journal and think about, right, what do I want to, what am I ready to let go of, and what new thing would I like to bring in? Or, where do I need help and support? Go and do the training this weekend. I'll post a link here afterwards for Jeff Walker. Go and do that. Attend his 3 masterclasses, get that free training, get yourself a notebook, take your notes. I'm telling you, I made 10,000 euros. I had my first 10 grand launch with the free training, just applying the free training. So it is totally worth sitting down and just doing that training and just using it to maybe tweak and look at your business in a new way. Even just stepping out of your business for those few hours over the weekend and doing this training might be enough to lift the cobwebs and get things moving again. So I hope that's useful, darling. So Catherine, I went part-time at work in October. Partner's mother passed away a few weeks ago. I'm very, very sorry to hear that, my darling. And lots of stress re his family squabbles. I'm so sorry to hear that, Catherine. It's November now, and I'm not started promoting myself properly yet or going live. I need to kick up my backside. Any guidance for me? So, oh God. So Catherine, first of all, you need to give yourself a break. You are involved, I know Catherine because Catherine's in our Angel Circle membership. Catherine, you're involved in a historical campaign. The light went out there. I think I went very yellow for a minute. Catherine, you're involved in a historical campaign to support people in Ireland to have proper accommodation. There's, for anyone that doesn't know, there's a MICA, it's called MICK crisis. In Ireland, it's a building material that was used in some products mixed with cement. And it has now, years later, caused those houses that should have been structurally sound for years, many, many years, are now falling fucking down to the ground. And people that have invested their life savings in their homes are literally crumbling before their eyes. And Catherine is one of the, she's brought it to my attention, I didn't know about it. She's like shining a light and letting people around the world know about this. And it's taken it's taken time and energy, Catherine, to be involved in any sort of a campaign, whether it's you're doing it from a personal level, but it's going to have an effect for so many people. Just by you shining the light, just by you posting on your Facebook page and sharing it with me, you've opened my heart to it. I'm praying for a resolve now. I'm praying that the government in Ireland increases its compensation plan to make sure that everybody gets compensation and gets a fucking home that they've already paid for, and that these companies get brought to justice. But what I'm trying to say is, you have a lot on your plate, Catherine. You've just you went part-time at work. That's a big transition. Your partner's mother has passed. That's a massive transition. It's a massive moment of grief and separation, no matter what your relationship was to her. And you're also dealing with the stress of other family members in their grief, in their anger, in their denial, and dealing with the aftermath of personal finances of that person that passed, and all of it that comes with even managing a funeral arrangement. The larger the family, sometimes the more conflict. So, and times like this can bring families together or tear families apart. And I'm talking from personal experience. There's a big rift in my own family that came about at the death of one of my grandmothers. So, and it's still there. It hasn't been healed. It's been a separation in the family. So these times can bring us together or can literally tear us apart. So it's a big moment that you're in, Catherine. So I'm not going to give you a kick up the backside to get out there and promoting. I'm going to ask you to be really kind and gentle with yourself and recognize all of the different ways that your energy is being pulled at the moment, and just take a deep breath, be kind, and look at, okay, where can I just get something off my list? Where can I free up some time in my week for me? For you, Catherine, where can you free up a couple of hours this week where you're not responsible for anybody, where you're not listening to anybody's worries, you're not solving the problems of the world for anybody, you're just there for you, for Catherine. So I know that's not the answer that you wanted, but I'm going to say to you, for the next 7 days at least, just fucking relax, Catherine, and find some time to get yourself grounded in where you are right now, me darling. Find some time for yourself. And I would say Black Friday's coming, Christmas is coming, those first 2 weeks of Christmas. So from Black Friday for another couple of weeks, there is plenty of time for good old sales. So, don't worry about it. The advice that I gave, I can't remember who it was, about just allowing this to be a period of percolation and self-care and devotion and kindness, utmost kindness. You're doing amazing work. Keep it up. I'm always thinking of you. Every post that I see, I'm sending you love and courage to keep going. But you need to balance that with some time for yourself. And your business can wait another 7 days, love. So just give yourself that week off. Ashley's giving you a week off. If there's money coming in, there's food on the fucking table, the food in the fridge, and the heating is on, and you're warm and you're safe in your home, that's a blessing. So just accept that and just give yourself a break. Do the part-time work, do whatever you need to do, and find yourself some time off this week. So I hope that's useful. Hi Tina. Hi Muriel. It's been a challenging few weeks. I've good intentions of putting out flyers and do some special offer commissions, but lost courage, or perhaps sitting on the fence. I've lost it. I've lost it there. Okay, there's a lot of questions coming in. So Muriel, what I'm going to say, my sweet darling, is how are we doing on time? So about 20 minutes left. So I'm going to try and scoot through these. For anyone that doesn't know, Muriel is an amazing artist and wordsmith, and is the author of at least one book that I know of, and these amazing art illustrations and pieces. She's gifted me with some of them, and a deck of her beautiful cards. And she is very humble and a bit shy about sharing her beautiful gifts with the world. And she's a member of the Angel Circle, so we are supporting Muriel to release her voice and allow the world to see more and more of her gifts. And I'm going to encourage you, Muriel, to post one of your angel cards underneath this in this thread for people to see. And Muriel right now is accepting personal commissions, channeled messages, artwork. So you can PM her and you can ask her, can you create something just for me? She put some words about grief and loss in our angel circle yesterday, and it literally touched so many of our hearts. It was so spot on. It was a random card that was chosen yesterday, and it was just so spot on. So that's what I would say to you is, Muriel, you're doing fantastic. You're showing up. You're making the effort to get out there. Just keep sharing. Just the sharing of your work and letting people know that you're available for these commissions and channeled messages is enough. Just keep sharing that and get comfortable with sharing that. And it's going to take a while to acclimatize. So it's important to have balance, working multiple jobs or projects at once and making work fun. So instead of, oh my God, I'm not doing it right, I'm not doing enough, I'm scared, and focusing on all of those feelings and the anxiety and everything that's coming up with that, instead turn it on its head. Literally, this guy is balancing on his arm, and he's balancing something here, and he's just like, literally, he could fall over. It's a balancing act. And the balancing act for you is to manage these negative emotions that pull you down into lack of confidence and lack of confidence in yourself and in your work, and balance it with, bring in Archangel Michael's energy, which can be totally fun. Watch something fun that you like on the telly, watch some comedian, listen to some comedian, just lift your energy and stop fucking taking yourself so seriously, and instead think, how can I get this fucking work out into the world? If nobody wants it, okay, but I'm gonna just offer it. I'm offering it. I have this work inside me. I have these words. I have these art that I want to create, and I'm gonna just keep fucking creating them, and I'm gonna just keep offering and asking. If anyone wants a commission, send me a PM and we can talk about it. And then we can, Muriel, in the angel circle, we can go deeper into your pricing then, if you want to bring that to a call, my darling, and we can dip in there. But there's just, you're doing fine, and stepping down on yourself, and just by you asking is a massive breakthrough to where you were last month. Okay. Okay, Mary Fletcher Burke asking for a daughter. She's in a very unhappy situation. She doesn't want to leave a job she loves. Okay, so normally I don't do cards for people that aren't here, but I'm just going to say a very quick one for you, Mary Fletcher Burke. Three of Raphael, reasons to celebrate, a community of friends, happy announcements regarding relationships or children. So I don't know what the unhappy situation is, if it's in work, but there's this card is about, very similar to what I've just said to Muriel there, about instead of focusing on the negative and the situation that's around you, look at how you can change the situation. What actions can your daughter take to change the situation? There's always another option. That was the card that we got. There's always another option. At the very beginning of this call, Archangel Michael stepped in and said, hang on a minute, there's another brighter, safer option. So let's look at this. So it might be that sometimes we think it's this way or this way. But right now, today on this call, Archangel Michael is saying, hang on a minute, there's some other options out there that we haven't seen. So you just need to take a breath and look down. And I sometimes think of this, I can't remember where I taught this before, in one of my courses. It's about sitting down and being ridiculous with your options. So if I want to leave a job, let's say in the case of your daughter, she doesn't want to leave a job she loves, but obviously there's some situation there that's making her unhappy. Get ridiculous and like, I'm going to call the fire brigade to come into my office and sort out this issue. I'm gonna ring Richard Branson and ask him for advice. So get ridiculous just by opening your mind, having a laugh and creating some ridiculous options. And that will allow the space for some more credible, probably practical options. And it will also allow the space for your angels to come in and help you support with this situation. Because you're saying, angels, help me figure out some options here. Help me to figure out some other ways to see this situation from a different point of view. And there are reasons to celebrate. So your daughter at the moment, it feels like she's focusing on a lot of the negative. And the angels are saying, remember that there is some good stuff happening. And that if she brings her focus to that, it will raise her vibration and attract more of that good stuff. So it's sort of an important lesson in the law of attraction, to where your focus goes, where your attention goes, energy flows and something grows. So where is your daughter focusing her attention? Because, and what does she want to bring into her life? And that's really the vibration she needs to be matching. So that was a quick answer. So Mary is saying, can't think of anything to ask for. I could do with guidance in my business going. Okay. I was feeling stuck slightly at the moment. Card would be great. So I'm going to say, Mary O'Shea. Lovely to see you here, me darling. So I'm going to say, Mary, to go back and listen to what I said to Claire when she mentioned being stuck. And I talked about this energy that we're in right now. And then instead of looking at it and blaming it and being unhappy with it, thinking more, this period is an incubation period for more. And just for everybody to know, Mary, if you can just post in the chat what your business is, excuse me, what your business is, who you serve, and what is the transformation that you provide. These are two key questions. And if you're not sure on that, go and watch all of the other masterclasses and the replays in this series, or go and watch Jeff Walker's call tomorrow. That will definitely help to start to get you to thinking like that. But if you just answer that question for me in the chat. Who you serve, get really specific on the person that you're here to serve, and what is the transformation that you provide in your business, so that we can have an idea of that. And your angels are just saying, success that comes from objective compromise, self-control and patience, forgiving and healing energy. So Mary, I think you're in the angel circle, so you have access to the forgiveness course. So that's coming up for you right now, and it would be a good time of year for you to dip into the forgiveness course. So I feel you don't have to do the full 7 steps, the full 7 meditations, but it's like there's 3 in there that would be useful. So you could say, in the next 3 weeks, I'm going to do 1 meditation every week. So just pick one. It could be the inner child one, it could be earth healing, it could be ancestral healing. I don't know which one. For anyone else that needs some forgiveness work, just go to my website, aishlingmooney.com, and I'm not sure what page it's on, but if you go to work with me, you should find the forgiveness course there if you're interested. It's very reasonably priced, but anybody that joins the Angel Circle gets it free. It's free with your membership. So basically, Mary, it's the time that you're in, my darling. Mind yourself. Take the time out this week to get yourself together. Do some forgiveness work and healing, and I would say go and do that training. So it's like in this card, there's a fire burning. So there's a glimmer of an idea that's forming for something new, or it could be an add-on service. I'd recommend the Abundant Heart if you don't already have this, Mary. But there's a beginning of an idea or something, and you just need a little bit of support to flesh that out. But you can ask your angels for support. You can come in and ask me for support in the angel circle. And so I hope that's useful. A bit of an all over question answer. Okay, I hope everybody can hear me. Okay, so let me see. So Noreen's in health and wellness. Okay, my darling. So Noreen, this is a lesson for you in marketing and spiritual business principles. Tell me who you serve, my darling. Who is your ideal client? Who is the person that comes to you most? Is it a woman, a man? What age are they? Just tell me, like, is it women in business? Is it mothers? Tell me who they are and what is the transformation that you provide. So this is really good. Okay. And Noreen is moving house. That's so funny. So I just said to you to go over. So it will be a wonderful time for you to go around and clear out the house and release and let go, my darling. So do that exercise that I said. Okay. So Lulu is saying, feels like everything is broken. I can't even watch this live because of the breaks and freezing and the transition. I will have to watch the replay. Okay, my darling. I'll pick a card for you. Oh, sweetheart, I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. Oh, so just, I know, if you're watching the replay, my darling, take a breath. We've got you, your angels have got you. You do not have to fucking do this alone. And just, you know, I would say go back and watch the beginning of this call. So I really spoke about the energy. Lulu, you're in the angel circle. Go and listen to the call I did yesterday. The first half hour of that was just talking about the energy and how to manage it and navigate. It was a really powerful call. But we have you, you're fine, you're in the right place, and this too shall pass. Wherever you're experiencing right now is okay, It's just a moment, it's just a blip, it's just a bump in the road of a vast lifetime of hours and minutes on this planet. So just breathing into that, this too shall pass. It's one of my favorite mantras when the shit's hitting the fan, and then when things are good, to help me to really appreciate it. So I would say just feeling into your energy, darling. My feeling is, Lulu, is that you just tiny moments of appreciation will really support you right now. So even if the shit's hitting the fan around you, notice if that cup of tea tastes good, or that Kit Kat dipped in that tea tastes good, or if the weather is okay and you can get out for a walk and you can find your favorite tree or your favorite place in nature, or better still, you can get in the car and drive somewhere beautiful if you're able to do that right now. Or one of the things I do is I literally put on some nature programs on the telly and just sit and just go off for about 30 minutes and just watch something beautiful. I love watching the sea. I love watching anything about sea or sea animals. I notice that calms my energy and it brings me back into perspective. Another thing you can do is watch some comedy. My favourite's Tommy Tiernan. He immediately lifts my energy. He is like, permission to swear. He's just amazing. So, you know, find your favourite comedian, listen to that as well, and that will lift your energy. And I'm not saying ignore what's happening, but it's just helpful to say this is happening and this is how I'm feeling, and there's also some good in the world, even if it's only a glimmer, even if it's only a moment. And there's also a piece about reaching out to friends, family, letting them know how you're feeling, letting them know that you need some help and support. And Star of Bethlehem would be that's really coming through strong for this month, but it's coming through really strong for you. Remedies that will help all of us this month are walnut flower essences, walnut and Star of Bethlehem. Star of Bethlehem feels like there's some old grief for you, Lulu. Some old grief that's fine. You're finally ready to release, because sometimes in the early years of grief, we're just fucking cannot. We just have to go, we have to get through it. There's a numbness that comes to protect us from the feeling it fully, so that we can just fucking get through the day, the week, the month, the year, and then that following year, you know, it's like that thaw where we're finally in a place that's grounded enough that we're able to process it. And it feels like there's some old trapped grief. And I remember a client came to me once, we uncovered in our conversation, she came for business, and we uncovered that her brother had died 14 years ago and she'd never cried. And it was in that call, she had permission and the support, and she was in a fucking grounded enough place in her life that she was only able to process it then and there. So sometimes we can carry grief and trauma for years until it's safe enough to release it, until we have a coach or a community or a friend, or that life is happening in a way that's supporting us so that we're finally able to release that safely in a positive way that's going to affect our lives positively. So I would say all of that, the card that's come through for you is, it looks like Italy. Maybe you come and see me in Italy the next retreat. I'm hoping to host a retreat over here in March or April, but that looks like where I live. You can't really see it. I live in the north of Italy, and it's a mountain region. There's beautiful lakes, like literally 10 minutes drive. I'm right beside a magnificent lake and a mountainous area. An hour from here is the Alps. So it's you know, it's that sort of scenery. It's very mountainous, not so much Ireland or UK. The chance to do something amazing and a sense of wonder. So I just say to you, this too shall pass, my darling. Mind yourself, loads of TLC, reach out to friends and family, ask for help, take those remedies, Star of Bethlehem and Walnut, and allow them to support you, and just call in your angels and give yourself grace to heal at this time. So I hope that's useful. So how are we doing on time? Okay, so let me see. Hi Deirdre, lovely to see you. Okay, let me see. Yes, happy birthday, Catherine. Take the time off, love. So I'm just seeing if there's any more questions. I'm going to run through the very end. Okay, so Bernie is asking a question. I have a bad cold. I'm very sorry to hear that, my darling. Mind yourself. Yeah, you're releasing. Mind yourself. I'm wondering if it's all about releasing stuff. As I feel my path is supporting women with grief and emotions, inner child beliefs, using all the tools I use. So all I would say to you now, Bernie, is just mind yourself. Don't worry about anybody else right now. It seems to be a theme that's coming up over and over again. I'm going to take this message because I'm obviously meant to hear this too. If I keep repeating the same thing over and over again, it's time to really take some time out for yourself and get you right. Bernie, if you go back, if you missed the first half of this call, go back and watch the beginning of it. That's really, really helpful as I talk about the energy of, I talk about the energy of right now, November, and it feels like you're tuning into that energy as well. I know you're quite sensitive, so you're tuning into the energy of the time, and that's affecting you, and you just need a little bit of extra space to process that. But I would say, yeah, this doesn't feel like it's related to, everything's related to your work. It will help your work, but you don't have to be thinking about work right now. I don't know if that's making sense. Mind you right now. Okay, Jermaine, hello my darling. Okay, a feeling of stuckness and have had an unexpected death in the family. Okay, I'm so sorry to hear that, sweetheart. Oh my God. I'm really glad that this has helped and supported you. Jermaine, I know you're listening from all the way in Australia, if that's the same Jermaine. and that you've joined the Angel Circle, and I hope that it's supporting you. Go and watch the call that we did yesterday. That will help as well. Just explaining the energy, and I'm just sending you so much love and holding you in my thoughts, you and your family right now as you get through this time. Hi Sarah, lovely to see you. Okay, so I'm going to wind up, I think. Let me just see if there's any final questions. Okay, so I'm going to wind up. So my darling, I'm going to wind up by saying, clear your calendar this week and do Jeff Walker's program if you have a spiritual business and you need some support. If you're looking for a link, I will post it afterwards. But I'd also say to you, sign up at ashlingmooney.com/breakthrough if you want the replays for all of these breakthrough sessions that I've done, which are fucking gold, absolute gold, and the 4 masterclasses. If you want to join the membership, the Angel Circle membership, and be part of that amazing community of angel lights, go to ashlingmooney.com/members, and we would be thrilled to open our arms to you there. And if anybody wants to know about the forgiveness course, if that's sort of resonating, if you join the membership, you get free access to it. But if you want, you can also buy it as a separate product. Just PM me if you're interested, if that would support you on your life. Sending you all so much love. I'll be on the masterclass with Jeff tomorrow. I'll be listening. I'll be following along myself. Hope to see you there and in the Facebook group. And if you have any questions about that or anything else, any other questions, I'm going to go through all the questions and the comments after this call. And if I missed any, I'll go back in and I'll answer them. All my love. Have an amazing weekend. And I will let you know, but I'll confirm, but I think next Friday I'll do the final masterclass. Loads of love. Bye bye.